Y'all can see the room too. Cleaned her up pretty as much as I could. Like, I know it's a lot more like to change them curtains and them blinds. Yeah. Oh, by the way, that stuff that y'all see right there, that's on the porch. But I cleaned her up pretty well. She's clean. See, I'm not gonna show y'all the kitchen, but yeah, I cleaned her up pretty well. Um, what was I about to say? Oh, yeah. So I wanted to jump on here, tell y'all about my 6 month breastfeeding journey. Hold on 1 second. Let me hold on. I know. I hate people who do that too, who jump on live and then they ain't prepared. But I figured I wasn't gonna do it, and then I'm like, let me go ahead and do it. 1 second. 1 second. Now, baby. I'm trying to get out the shadow. All right, so I'm about to get into it. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Trying to see if he good, y'all. I think he good. All right, so like I was saying, I was in good light too. Like I was saying, I'm sorry if I'm talking a little low. If y'all hear something in the background, that is the AC unit. Um, so like I was saying, I'm gonna try to talk up, but yeah, 6 months ago, I started this new thing called breastfeeding. That was fun. That was exciting. No, it wasn't. It was hard and it was stressful. And it was stressful. Now I see what moms be talking about. They wait till you get on live. Hold on. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. No big fella. Yeah. Yeah. What was you looking for? Yeah. Yeah, mama fat me. Hold on. Got a mommy. Okay, she. So anyway, like I was saying, yeah. So um, the first time I ever tried breastfeeding was with my daughter, Eden. I know this is not the best lighting, but she gonna make me have to keep turning over. So this is the best I can do, guys. But yeah, my daughter, um, Eden, was the very first child I ever breastfed. The doctors discouraged me. They told me not to breastfeed her because my milk hadn't let down and she was so tiny. She was 5 pounds exact. And they told me not to breastfeed her. Um, they told me to give her formula. Hold on. This is not gonna work. They told me to give her formula, to uh, only supplement if I was gonna breastfeed. I was like, and then so when I got my son, me and my husband was determined, because if y'all haven't seen the news recently, a bunch of people have been complaining and suing companies like Similac, Enfamil, Gerber. All these formula companies have been getting sued because they find asbestos, they're finding numerous bacteria um, that these poor babies are ingesting, and some of them lead to either death or major injuries, so, or illnesses. Um, so me and my husband came up with, we're gonna stick it through. So anyway, fast forward, um, we had him, and he latched on with no problem. The nurse said he's doing great, he's doing awesome. He latched on with no problem. Um, During the night, they was concerned that he was pacifying more than he was breastfeeding. But um, every birth that you have, every mom, when you have a child and you start breastfeeding, you don't get your milk. You get what's called colostrum. And that little bit of liquid gold is enough to last your baby until your milk comes in. But that's something the doctors don't explain to you. That's something the doctors don't express or say anything about. So when I had him, he was just getting colostrum every, so often or whatever. And so they would take his blood sugar at my hospital, which I appreciated that, because the blood sugar going up let them know that he was getting some food. He was getting something, whether it be colostrum, or some people do get their milk as soon as the baby's born. I'm not one of them few rare people, but it happens very rarely. So another thing, they try to tell you how to feel comfortable about latching your baby. Your baby is going to latch based on how your body is formed. Okay? Your baby is not going to suffocate itself deliberately. This is coming from a lactation consultant. Okay? Your baby is not going to suffocate itself on purpose. All right? So a lot of women who are big women worry about you know, the chest being too large where it'll suffocate the baby. You don't have to worry about that. My lactation consultant told me as long as you can see half of their nostril, they're good. However they latch on, and as long as it's not bothering you. Now you are gonna have some discomfort. So don't believe some of them nurses that say, I don't care, because this is exactly what my nurse had said, one of them. I don't care what they say, breastfeeding don't hurt. It does. It very much does. And anybody who can tell you who breastfed for the first time, it feels uncomfortable. I'm not saying that you're going to have racing pain. No. Your, um, excuse my French, but boobs are going to feel like someone is feeding from them 24/7. That's what it's going to feel like. They're going to be sore. They're going to be irritated because that is what's happening. So if your body has never experienced that, that's like if your body has never experienced you walking outside barefoot all the time. You get that hard skin at the bottom of your foot. Same difference. Your body is not used to that, so it's gonna develop a thick skin, and this is true facts. It's gonna develop a thick skin over your you know, where the baby sucked from. So they gonna crack, they gonna bleed. It's gonna happen. Unless your baby just not eating and it's just constantly pacifying, then, it ain't gonna happen. And unless you a lactation pro. And from what I heard, he said 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody a pro as soon as it come out. Baby is somewhat of a pro, somewhat. Baby is still learning. He has to learn your body. He or she has to learn your body. Has to learn how to, you know, make the milk come down. So that was one of the struggles that I had went through in the hospital. They constantly kept coming to me and telling me that I wasn't latching him right. And my lactation consultant. So if you have one, make sure it's a good one. Number one, they are an advocate for you. They're not an advocate for the hospital. That's something that I struggled with my first breastfeeding experience. They were consulting, advocating for the hospital. The hospital said, "Well, her milk is too low. She's not getting enough milk." And little did I find out there is no milk. The first 2 to 3 days, there's no milk. There's only a little bit of yellow liquid that comes out every so often, just so your baby can have some nutrition. So another thing, your baby do have to have wet diapers. Okay, he was, they were soaking wet. Okay, um, so your baby do have to have wet diapers. I know. So I know it can be hard for a lot of women to kind of gauge on, how that's going with the wet diapers, but um, poopy diapers are not that important when you're breastfeeding. Yes, I learned that poopy diapers are not that important because breastfeeding children tend to have less poopy diapers than formula fed children because their body is getting rid of waste more than breastfeeding children. Breastfed children are getting more nutrition than formula fed children. I'm just stating facts. Okay, this is in medical science that breastfed children. It's on La Leche. It's on what else is it? On what's that site called? It's not Medline. It's American Pregnancy Association. It's on a lot of them. So that breastfed babies will have less poopy diapers than bottle fed babies. But what you have to watch with breastfed babies is you have to watch their amount of times that they urinate. Okay, so if your baby's only urinating maybe once or twice in a night, something's not right. Something's not. Either you're not latching right, or you might have to hydrate yourself more. That's another trick that I learned. Hydration is very important. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I know a lot of people sit up there and they say that, and a lot of people say, "Well, I'm very hydrated. I drink nothing but." No, drink more. You want to aim for a gallon a day. You got to think about if your baby is drinking 2 to 4 ounces a day, right? And you need water yourself. They say you need at least a gallon of water yourself. Your body is going to take most of that for you. Why? Because you're the primary source of food. So if you go, the baby ain't got no food. So Your body's gonna prioritize you first and then the baby. That's why they say always eat extra calories or drink extra water, because your body is going to prioritize you first. So if you're drinking, I'll just say 32 ounces. Some people say, I drink a gallon a day, and don't. But if you are drinking a gallon a day, you still have to drink more water. You will find that, because I was drinking a gallon a day and I was still getting light yellow. You heard what I said. I was still getting light yellow. Okay? So if you want to be lactating, like, you know, you can produce a form, clear is what you want to aim for. That's what you want to aim for. You want to aim for clear. Um, yeah. I did that, and he was done in 5 minutes. Okay, you could tell the difference. He was done in 5 minutes. 5 minutes of him eating, he was gone. He sleep. I try to put the booby in his mouth. I don't want that thing. Don't put that in my mouth no more. I'm good. I'm sleep. So, um, that's another tip. Hydration. Hydration is very important. And don't go to these TikTok fads. I'm gonna tell you. Okay. I tried all of them. Okay. I tried the coconut oil. You put the coconut oil in your drink and you drink it. What else? You take a tablespoonful of coconut oil. The I think it was the something unprocessed coconut oil, the raw organic coconut. That didn't do nothing. Okay. Um, what was another one? Taking fenugreek. He did not like fenugreek. Okay, some babies. Um, I heard from a nutritionist. Okay. Um, that some babies do not like the taste of fenugreek in the milk. He was one of those types. He did not like the taste, and it did not agree with his stomach. So just watch your fads, okay? And it did not increase my milk. I tell you what increased my milk, like um, hydration. That's what increased my milk. And don't just drink water. Drink you some Powerade. Drink you some uh, what else they got? Some liquid IV if you want to be, healthier or something. Something with hydration, okay, with electrolytes. Because water doesn't have electrolytes in it. It does have, you know, minerals. Some of these places put minerals in it, but that 9 times out of 10, that's not your what you need for your electrolytes. Okay, and baby is sucking all of it. Baby sucks all your electrolytes. Okay, you might be hydrated, but you ain't getting no electrolytes. Okay, baby is okay. So just so y'all can see, this is him. I don't have any milk. I don't have any supplement. This is just me breastfeeding, you know, and now baby food. So, and it ain't even too much of that because he still likes his nursey. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah, he still likes to nurse. Oh boy, he about to get mad. So, yeah, and I don't want to hear in the comments. Oh, well, you're not supposed to sleep with baby. I don't sleep in this bed. Okay? I don't sleep in this fucking bed. Heard what I said. But I do take naps. Okay, I do. I get my rest. That's all I'm gonna say. But I don't sleep in this bed. This bed is hard. But also, um, If you're not a big person to get up and want to what you call go to the next room or go to their room, you might consider co-sleeping, getting you a little bassinet co-sleeper, because dream feeding was a big thing for me. It helped a lot, and I talked to my lactation consultant about it. Dream feeding was a big thing for me. Okay, dream feeding is where you co-sleep with the baby, and the baby, you will let your baby be your alarm. Like, you don't wake up every 2 hours, wake the baby up and force the baby to get up. You let your baby, so when you hit them first cues of hunger, okay, your baby gonna let you know, because they're gonna be like, okay. When you hit them first cues, you grab your baby and you dream feed your baby. Okay, and that means you just take your baby and you put your baby on the breast. Okay. Now if your baby is sleeping more than 2 to 4 hours, it is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you listen to grandma and grandma say, baby, let that baby sleep, because that baby, that baby needs to sleep through the night. Let me tell you one thing. You gonna pay for it. Okay? Whether you pay for it in the daytime or you pay for it at night. Now, if you are pumping, guess what? You still gonna pay for it. It does not matter. You still gonna pay for it, okay? There is a such thing as mastitis. It is real. So whether you pump that milk out or you breastfeed, there is a such thing as mastitis. And I've seen horror stories, and I've seen my own self get a little bit of mastitis. Luckily, there's a such thing as mild and moderate and extreme mastitis. Now, mild mastitis is where your boobs is really hard and they hurt and they swollen. Okay, once you let down, you're good to go. Moderate mastitis is where you let down and you still in pain. Okay, but you don't have no fever, um, no sepsis or none of that. That's extreme mastitis. When you start getting a fever and you done let down and you done went through the boob aches and all of that, and you still got a fever and you still feel warm to the touch up there, that is called extreme mastitis, and you need to go to the hospital. I'm only going to say that once. You need to go to the hospital. Now, I'm not a medical professional, but I tell you this, you need to go to the hospital. If you have a fever, if you having body aches, if you have a cold symptom with your mastitis, and you will know it when you feel it, you need to go to the hospital. Okay? Do not call your OBGYN and tell her you have a fever and chills and you got cold flu symptoms, because he or she is going to tell you to go to the hospital. Another thing I did was I tried to exclusive breastfeed. Exclusive breastfeeding is not for everybody. Okay, it's not cut out for the weak. But that's what I did, and I still kind of continue to exclusive breastfeed. Like I say, he don't have any formula. I could go without formula for him, and it's an awesome feeling. Okay. Do I give him formula? I do sometimes, but I do not give him the powder formula because of what I said earlier. My husband and I agreed that the powder formula just have too much going on these days with the bacteria. Now I will give him the ready to feed formula every once in a blue. Like right now he don't have it. Every once in a blue he gets it. Um ooh, hold like I said, this bed hurt. Ain't nobody sleeping in this bed except for him. Uh, this bed is very old, like I said before in my other previous lives and vlogs. This bed is very old. Okay, hold on one second, y'all. My phone is dying, and I have to plug her up. Okay. So yeah, this bed is very old and it's very worn out. Okay. So yeah, so that was a big thing for me. I did give him some formula, but it was ready to feed, and it always has to be ready to feed. Um, I did buy some formula. I bought some Gerber because a long time ago I had a doctor tell me that he felt that he wasn't growing fast enough. Baby will grow on his own or her own schedule with breastfeeding because this is from a pediatrician, because there is not a lot of sugar and protein in breastfeeding. Okay, it's more nutrition in breastfeeding. There is protein, but it's not going to be the extended amount that is in formula, because formula is manufactured. Breastfeeding is manufactured, but it's manufactured from your body. So your body is picking out what nutrition baby needs, what nutrition baby gets. Okay. With formula, you just getting a whole bunch of sugar and a whole bunch of fat at one time. Okay. That's just my sorry. But anyway, they didn't feel that he was growing fast enough. He was growing, but he wasn't growing fast enough to that provider's liking. So I switched providers, and my provider said he was growing at the rate he's supposed to. I think it's 1.5 pounds every month, and he was growing at 1.5 pounds exactly every month. So he was happy. So as long as I don't see him losing any weight and he's staying at the 1.5 pounds, he said, I'm happy. So that was the recent provider. Now I done switched down here. I don't know how they're really gonna do, but I didn't have no problems with my son. They were kind of concerned because he was growing too fast. And they thought I had put him on like cereal and baby food at like 2 or 3 months. And all I was giving him was Gerber Good Start and Infamil. So yeah, he looked 6 months at 3 months. So yeah, he was weighing in at 15, 16 pounds at 3 months. He was very large. Um, where else? This one here, he's 7 months and he's weighing at, I think he weighed at 14.2 at 6 months. So he probably like 15, almost 16 now because he's 7 months. So he's where he's supposed to be. So that's just a word of encouragement. That's not a tip. But if you feel that you're getting 6 to 8 wet diapers and you're getting poops every, now you do have to uh, check to see if they're pooping at all. I didn't say, don't, baby pooping every 3 months. That's not good. Your baby might have some gastro problem or might not getting enough nutrition, because even nutrition makes you poop somewhat. So baby is supposed to poop, I think they said no less than twice a week. I think. You might have to look that up. Don't take my word for it, but I think it's twice a week. He's pooping more than that because now he's on baby food, but he used to poop um, like twice a week. Yeah, it was very scarce, but my doctor said as long as it was at least twice, I think it was at least twice or once a week, once or twice a week, something like that. And it had to be yellow and seedy. You're golden, okay? Because he even told me, my pediatrician, breastfed babies don't poop like that. They just don't. But as long as you're getting wet diapers, they're saying that baby is getting something. It's very important for you to know. If I can't give you no bigger tip, no bigger advice, if baby has 6 to 8 wet diapers, ma, you're doing fine. You're doing awesome. Okay? And you're not giving baby any other fluids like, formula. If you're giving baby formula and then baby has a wet diaper, or you're supplementing and baby has a wet diaper, can't really. But if you are just continuously breastfeeding and you haven't given baby anything else, and baby is having 6 to 8 wet diapers a night, at least 6, okay. Another thing, I thought that I was the type to not be. They told me that I did not have enough milk supply for my children. Well, if baby is pulling off, if baby is getting fussy, if baby is what do you call that, twiddling, you'll know it. You'll know it when you feel it. Okay, if baby is twiddling, if baby is pulling off, it might not be because baby is not getting the letdown that they tell you about. It might be because you're over lactating. Look it up, ladies. It's on La Leche. It's more likely that you're over lactating than you're under lactating. Is the reason why baby pulls off and gets fussy. Now, let me tell you how I found this out. How did I find out that I was over lactating versus under lactating? So one of these days, he pulled off. And when I tell you all this milk came running down his face and he was screaming, over lactation. If your baby ever pulls off and then has milk draining down, you're 1, 2 things. You're lactating just fine, but it's probably over lactation is the reason why they get fussy most of the time, because you're definitely lactating. Another tip, oatmeal. Yes. Okay. Like I said, fenugreek, no. Unless, your baby likes it. Then more about it. But where you going? Yeah. Where he think he was going just now? Get your butt. Yeah. No, I'm not giving you no. Well, then don't pacify on that. You ain't getting no tata to pacify on. That's another thing. If you choose to exclusive breastfeed and they tell you to give baby round the clock, be prepared to go through a pacify stage. Okay, be prepared. Get your nipple cream out, cause you gonna need it. Okay, what you say? You gonna need that. Okay. Another thing, them cooling pads things, to put around your chest. All right. When you lactate in um for the pump, you could use those. For when you going through this phase of pacifying. Highly recommend. Okay. Pop that baby in the microwave for a couple seconds. Couple seconds now. Not too hot. And put that thing on. Okay. See, he's spoiled. I got him a little spoiled. It's okay. Because he about to wean off. He's starting to wean. And the other night he didn't. My husband's like, "Baby, you are hard as a rock." I said, "Yeah." He said he didn't. I said, "No, he didn't feed because it's based off of his schedule. When you exclusive breastfeed, it's gonna be based off the baby schedule, and you'll notice." Um. So now pumping. Let's get into pumping. I still haven't mastered pumping. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So if you was looking here for me to give you some tips and tricks about how to stop from exclusive breastfeeding and go to pumping, girl, let me know. Okay? Let Drop down in the comments. Um, I I never made it to be able to pump at all. If I could give you a tip, I would say pump in the beginning. I'm not saying to pump and give it to the baby. What I'm saying is do the hour pump in the beginning, in the very beginning. I'm talking about when you come home from the hospital. Do your power pump because that will prepare your baby for when you're pumping not to be screaming at the top of his or her lungs, okay? Because it will happen, okay? Trying to think of everything. That's mostly all of my notes, by the way, that I just explained to y'all. The hydration, the 6 to 8 wet diapers is to tell if your baby is getting enough milk. Um, the oatmeal, if you want, something, a food to help you boost your milk. Um, and also, get them vitamin D things, drops that go on your chest. Don't put that in your. Don't go get you no vitamin D drop to go in the baby mouth. Let me tell you why. It made my baby's stomach sick. Okay, some babies can take it, and some babies can't. Don't get that vitamin either. The newborn vitamin, they ain't ready for it. Okay, wait till they get about 3 to 6 months. Then you can give them the drop because their body not ready for it. All right, so this is what I say: get the drop that you put on your chest and just give it to them. It works. I'm telling you, it works. Okay. Um, but like I said, I'm not a medical professional. Now, if you still consult to your pediatrician about what your baby needs, your baby might need that vitamin. Okay. But I took a prenatal vitamin. That's another thing. My pediatrician told me as long as you taking a prenatal vitamin, baby getting some kind of vitamin, okay? You really don't. I mean, but your baby might need it. Okay, your baby might need extra iron. Your baby might need extra vitamin K or vitamin A. But if you just a regular uh, person that wants to make sure your baby's getting vitamin D, hey, you gotta take it from me. You find out when that baby throwing up all that milk that you done put into his system. Spitting up is real. Um, so that will do it for all of my tips and tricks. Hydration, like I said, got to hydrate. Um, Oatmeal if you want something to boost. Okay, 6 to 8 wet diapers. And as far as the weight thing goes, 1.5 pound a month. Okay, that's what you're aiming for. That's what you need. Nothing more, nothing less. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.